McPhee, if we let you come back up here, will you stop whispering to him? Come on and back up. All right, Mr. Ruiz.
I have a question. Just you have a written statement here. Why didn't the cops never called? They would call the cops, and the cops would have saw it and said, you know what? I'm going to cite you. Now you got a misdemeanor charge for property destruction. I go to court. I'm facing probation, misdemeanor charge, this, and paying him back restitution. It'd be easier to come here and do it. It'd be court, said and done. Cop got you right there, done. Even call the cops, you know, for doing that.
So why couldn't it have been parked at your house?
Oh, because I live up in Sacramento, which is an hour away.
Okay, and it couldn't have gone to your house. Why?
Well, she had it renting. Somebody was renting it from her, and it was parked at an RV lot. And she wasn't, you know, when
it was over at the trailer park, and someone who was renting it at the trailer park didn't want to rent it anymore, so the owner of the trailer park said, come pick it up.
Okay.
And so it's pretty close to Christmas Eve. I'm out of town.
Okay.
And so Mr. Pierce kindly went and got the RV and said, I'll have it here for you right after Christmas. You can come and pick it up.
So when did you go pick it up?
The day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Frankly, I wouldn't want that across the street from my house, next to my house, any of those things. But I think to conclude that because it was slightly more in front of Mr. Ruiz's home than the home next door to him, that he had to be the culprit, I mean, that part of it is ridiculous.
Who would go to his porch and shoot at my RV?
Well,
why would he shoot at your
criminals?
RV?
Because he doesn't want it there, because it doesn't look nice in front of his yard.
How are you assuming that, ma'am?
I mean,
Who did it then?
oh, how about the person that actually reported the RV?
by the way,
Why didn't you actually suspect that
Which
person?
was who? Who would point at his RV and point at
The conviction
point a
behind
gun
your voice is
at the,
alarming to me. It's baffling.
The car
it's baffling.
in the
It's not my
driveway.
turn. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I'm not. I
sorry.
don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to my colleagues.
is this a photograph? I think it's your exhibit. I forgot page.
That is the BB that was laying in my driveway.
In your driveway, the BB.
Yes.
You found this BB on the ground. How
Yes.
could you have determined that it came directly from the defendant's home? Because there's a hole this big. It could have come from this side, could have come from that side, it could have come from over here. Am I correct?
Okay, so, I totally respect your logic on that. But if you look at the whole back glass, and you see the big hole that's going this way, at the very tip of where that opening starts, you'll notice that is where the BB penetrated. Okay, typically a BB.
How do we know that?
Because that's exactly what occurs when you hit glass with a BB.
How do you know that?
And it's also
How do you know
it's
that?
also clammed.
How do you know that?
After 30 years of dealing with glass, why wouldn't I?
And shooting BB guns?
Sure, when I was a kid. But I do know, what I do know...
What do you know? Please tell me. I'm dying to know. What do you know?
Okay, a BB is only going to travel so far. Okay?
Yes, that's true.
We know.
You're only going to get so much out of a BB before it can't even penetrate the glass.
You know what, Mr.
Okay?
Pierce? Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But it's
But
maybe.
you can't
And
prove
maybe you have suspicions. But
I
it's
understand.
maybe. And if you did, consider yourself a lucky man.
Oh, no. Also,
Mr. Ruiz, you got to know when you're ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, I wasn't sure.
We're
Sorry.
going, are we
She
good?
said yes. She said go ahead
We're
and talk.
good.
So.
We're going to excuse the parties while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you both very much. Thank you all. All right, we've reached the verdict. It's unanimous. And let me say, Mr. Pierce, that we found your testimony to be credible, candid, reliable, but we still wouldn't be able to draw the inferences that you would like us to draw.
Okay.
But the reason why we have a passion about these kind of cases is because we're talking about something very serious. We're talking about a man's reputation. We're talking about someone who's living in the community who will continue to live in the community with you. And for a court of law to deprive such a person of his reputation and dignity, we need to make sure that the evidence before us convinces us.
I get that.
Convinces us. Somebody damaged your car, no question about it. And somebody may very well have had a motive to do it, because the RV was certainly an eyesore. And if you parked in front of my house, perhaps, or anyone else's house, they would be upset on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And Mr. Ruiz, we make no finding with respect to you, except that we dismiss the complaint and all the allegations against you. That's the verdict of the court.